Welcome to Frontier Wrestling. On last week's show, our TV time ran out. We were unable to bring you the conclusion of our main event. Just when we left you, Steve Corino and Scott Parker were winding down their battle. And what a battle it has been. Back and forth for the whole match. Steve Corino trying to slow it down to his pace, but Scott Parker hitting the golden arrow finisher. Referee Tony Giles got down to make the 3 count, but Steve Corino's valet Avalon broke the count, which allowed Dino Scarlo and Drew McDonald to invade the ring. They set about roughing up Scott Parker. The referee called for the bell, a disqualification finish. Scott Parker was the winner, but at what cost? As Dino Scarlo, Drew McDonald, the leaders of the old school, and there, the self-proclaimed king of the old school, Steve Corino, former ECW and NWA World Champion. They all set about putting the boots to Scott Parker. The locker room emptied, tried to get rid of the old school from the ring, the invading force that had taken over the FWA show, but they were all met with the fight, the bruising battle from those 3 men inside those 4 corner posts, inside the squared circle, fighting them off. Jack Xavier knocked to the floor, Ian De Silva knocked down, Brandon, even referee Tony Giles gets a headbutt from Drew McDonald. No one could stop the old school, it seems. The New Breed, they were taken down. Paul Travell, victim of a mugging, a beating by Scarlo and McDonald. In fact, Johnny Storm, even Johnny Storm, could do nothing. It seemed it was all lost. Until Alex Shane, the show stealer, invaded the ring with a steel chair, driving out Drew McDonald, driving out Steve Corino, driving out Dino Scarlo. Alex Shane, who just a few weeks ago has said he didn't care about the new school, old school battle, now finds himself firmly in the centre of it. He's the hero. He's getting the cheers of the crowd.
Listen, guys, look at my eyes. This, Drew McDonald, this is what your chair shot has done to my face. I can even recognise myself in the mirror. Drew McDonald, listen to me when I say this to you, son. I want a match. Me versus you. You have taken the name of Shane in vain, and Drew McDonald, you are going down, and there are 2 things you can do about it, and that's nothing and like it!
The challenge made. Alex Shane wants Drew McDonald in the ring for everything the old school have done to the show stealer. We've got no answer yet. We'll get that to you as soon as we can. Join us for this week's show. We've got more action coming right up. Really out of hand last week. In fact, we couldn't bring you all the action in 30 minutes. We had to spill over to this week's show. Let's hope things can get back to normal a little this week, but we've still got no shortage of action for you. There we see Ian De Silva and Brandon. They've been in the FWA less than 6-7 weeks, and already they've had to take beatings from Drew McDonald, Dino Scarlo, even the show stealer, Alex Shane. What a baptism of fire. Tonight they face former FWA Tag Team Champions, La Familia, the Castano brothers, Los Hermanos Castano, Jorge and Alex. It's going to be a hell of a fight. There's Alex, and oh! A tope suicida, a spitfire dive through the middle rope, taking down both his brother and Ian De Silva on the outside. He's putting his body right on the line because he wants to win this. They want to move further up the tag team rankings, and sweet baby Jesus, did you see that? Brandon Thomas took off a human rocket, leaving a blast crater filled with 3 men, his own partner Ian De Silva and the Castanos. Textbook suplex by Brandon. He may be a young rookie, but he's not lacking any of the skills he needs to get on in the FWA. Make no mistake about that. Brandon is an awesome talent, and so is this man, Ian De Silva. We first saw him taking on Dino Scarlo, the governor, in a vulgar display of power, designed to make Dino's presence in the FWA felt by everyone there. No one felt it more than Ian De Silva, I can tell you that. Almost a 3 count broke up by Jorge, stepping through the ropes, delivering that boot to Ian De Silva's head, breaking the count. The referee's really got to be on his toes here. Those Castanos like to cheat. It's all those Colombians know. The dirty spits. Missed kick by Brandon. Alex ducked it, came back with a kick of his own, and he's going for the cover. 1, 2, kick out by Brandon. He's not going to put him away that quickly. He's talking trash to him in the ring now. Just a little couple of words designed to put him off his game. And a kick by Brandon Thomas sends down Alex Castano. And once again, Jorge in the ring, breaking up the count. Referee, get on top of your game. You wouldn't have been paid a few pesos by these cheats, would you? DDT taking Brandon down to the mat. Alex getting on top of his opponent straight away. They want to finish this. They want another shot at the new breed. They were champions for just a few short weeks. We saw them beat the new breed and Paul Travell and Jack Xavier in a 3-way just a couple of months ago. But it was the interference of the third new breed member, Cruz, which was vital in allowing the new breed to beat La Familia for the title. Talking of Cruz, we saw a couple of weeks ago that all is not harmony, all is not peaceful in the new breed camp. We'll be seeing very soon that has got to stop. They've designed a 3-way dance, the loser of which is out of the breed. Everything is not calm, everything is not good in Breedville. We'll see that revolution very soon on this TV show. Ian De Silva in the corner now, trying to cheer up his partner. The tag is made. Ian is fresh. He's into the ring. Clothesline takes down Jorge. Another one for Alex. De Silva doesn't know which one to beat up first. He's young. He's keen. He wants to inflict pain on these Castanos, and the fans want to see him do it as well. It's a packed house here at Harrow tonight. They're all in. They want to see these two young tag teams give us their all, and so far they haven't been disappointed. The action has spilled onto the outside. The Ian De Silva putting the boot into Jorge Castano. Sometimes the only way to beat these Colombians is to beat them at their own game, and a Hurricane Rana, a spinning head scissors taking Brandon down. A body slam now by Alex Castano. What's he setting up? Quebrada moonsault. A moonsault off the second rope. He turned a full 360 degrees, landing in a press on his opponent, but still only got a 2 count. I think Brandon kicked out more an instinct then than anything else. But what an awesome move. He's going again. A second Quebrada by Alex Castano. Will this get a 3 count? No, a kick out. That's Capo Khan. That Cam has picked up Capo Khan. He's come out with that. We haven't seen him for weeks. Since La Familia won the tag titles and a roll-up by Brandon. Brandon Thomas and Ian De Silva have stolen a win. And it's all down to Capo Khan, the former manager of La Familia. He managed them to the tag team titles, but he disappeared. Now he's back, and it seems he's got issues with his former tag team. He's cost them a win here tonight. De Silva, Thomas, they're your winners. Retro Cam picks up the pin. We've got to go to some pre-recorded words from Ulf Herman, the 7-foot German, who'll be taking on Doug Williams for the title.
Yo, finally he comes back to England. The biggest star ever, who stepped in the ring with a British heavyweight champion, supposed to be a champion. But you know, Herman is back. Herman the German, an ECW veteran, steps in the ring with Doug Williams. I don't know this guy. Who is he? Where is he coming from? But next week, I'm telling you boys, as I said before, nobody's perfect, but I'm pretty FN close. You know what that means? You'll feel that next week when I rip your heart out and I eat it in front of all your English people. I'm sick what you did to the German national soccer team. I'm sick of it. And next week is a revenge. It's a big, big revenge because I'm back and I eat your heart out. So after this night, everybody remembers Herman the German.
I wouldn't want to be Doug Williams, heel face, Ulf Herman, former ECW competitor, where he took on the likes of Spike Dudley and Rob Van Dam. That'll be on next week's show, an FWA British Heavyweight title match. This week, however, our TV main event is Jonny Johnny Storm, the Wonder Kid. I'm sorry, a little bit tongue-tied there. Excited by the prospect of this match. It's an FWA All England Championship #1 contenders match between Mark Sloan and Jonny Storm. The winner will go on to face Paul Travell in a few short weeks to see who will become the new All England champion. We saw Paul Travell in this very venue win the title from Ahmed Shah a few weeks ago. He hasn't yet defended it. That first defence will come against one of these men. But unfortunately for Jonny Storm, when you're facing Mark Sloan, you're not just facing one man. You have another to contend with. James Clyde, Mark Sloan's ever-present bodyguard, friend, tag team partner, whatever you want to call it. He's always there. It means it's always 2-on-1. And that explains Mark Sloan's winning streak more than anything the Monkey Boy can do in the ring. They lock up at the start. Mark Sloan dropping to one knee, but Jonny Storm getting the side headlock. Sloan pushes Storm into the ring. Shoulder block, sending Sloan down. Mark Sloan missed clothesline. Jonny Storm sliding through. Too clever for the specialist. Too clever for the Monkey Boy. Mark Sloan looks frustrated. And who can blame him? Jonny Storm, full of charisma. The fans love him. The only one who doesn't love him in this arena tonight is Mark Sloan. Look at the look on his face. He's angry, he's annoyed, and I can only think he's going to take that out on Jonny Storm. Have no fear though, Storm's an awesome athlete. He's an incredible competitor. I think he'll triumph here. In fact, I'll put this week's wages on it. Missed clothesline by Storm. It's Sloan that slides through this time and goes to the outside, matching his opponent move for move, showing that Jonny Storm is not the only one with these parlour tricks. But twisting somersault plancher from Jonny Storm. We've got to take a break. We'll see you in a few minutes. Welcome back to Frontier Wrestling. Before the break, we saw that man, Jonny Storm, take down Mark Sloan and his partner, James Clyde, with a twisting somersault dive from the top turnbuckle. This is a match, remember, for the #1 contendership in the All England division. That title held by Paul Travell, long-time nemesis of Mark Sloan, but Jonny Storm is also a former champion. He wouldn't mind getting his hands on the belt, and a miscommunication by Mark Sloan, taking down his friend James Clyde. Only a 2 count. Referee perhaps a little slow to the count. Oh my word, superb. Taking down Mark Sloan with a twisting arm drag and now putting on that arm bar, putting the pressure on the arm of Mark Sloan and a press onto the arm with a full body weight of Jonny Storm. It may not look much, let me tell you, when you feel it all coming down on you, on your arm, it hurts like anybody's business. The crowd getting in Mark Sloan's face, chanting "Spank the Monkey." That's exactly what Jonny Storm intends to do tonight. Take down Mark Sloan's trousers, give him a good spanking. Metaphorically, of course. That would never happen in these rings. This is wrestling. Now it's Mark Sloan's turn to put the pressure on the arm of Jonny Storm. But Jonny Storm nipping up, sending Mark Sloan down to the mat. And now he's back on the pressure of the arm. These two men seem perfectly matched. Anything you can do, I can do better. You almost expect them to break out into that song any moment. In fact, Mark Sloan might break out into a song of his own called Monkey Business. Jonny Storm back to the arm. It's a modified wrist lock. really putting the pressure on the elbow of Sloan, and Sloan trying anything he can to get out of it. Surely that's not going to help. That's only going to hyperextend the elbow even more. I'm sure he has a plan, but at the moment that plan seems to have gone wrong. That's better, Sloan. That is what he obviously had planned all along. It doesn't matter a thing though. Jonny Storm driving Mark Sloan's face into the mat with some kind of slam. I don't even have a name for half the things that Jonny Storm does. He's such an innovator. He comes up with new moves like you or I come up with answers to a simple crossword. And I don't even mean the cryptic clues. I mean the coffee time clues. That's how simple Jonny Storm comes up with these moves. Mark Sloan there with a chin lock on Jonny Storm, driving the air out of the body of the Wonder Kid. If he can't breathe, he can't fight. That's what's behind Mark Sloan's philosophy here, I'm sure. European uppercut sending Jonny Storm into the ropes. Follows it with another. Jonny Storm is reeling, a forearm to the back. Mark Sloan, what's he going for now? Perfectly executed stalling suplex. Mark Sloan, let it not be forgotten, runs the FWA Academy. He's responsible for bringing through all the new talent you see on your TV screen. We saw one just a couple of weeks ago. We saw Mark Sloan versus Raja Ghosh. It was a student versus teacher match. Mark Sloan prevailed at that time, but those students are going to come through. They're going to be better than him. They're going to be hungrier than him. They're going to want it more. They're going to be the FWA's top stars of the future. When that time comes, Mark Sloan has to step aside. He won't want to do it. He won't do it kindly. He won't do it quietly. Tonight, however, he's got his chance to become the #1 contender, to become the All-England champion somewhere down the road, when he will take on Paul Travell, should he triumph. Will it be one of his own students that takes the belt off him? Should he win it? Who knows? This is the FWA. We're all about the young guys. We're all about the future of wrestling. Those two people in the ring right now, Jonny Storm, Mark Sloan, they're two of the greatest young talents in British wrestling. This is the future of wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. This is what you will see when you tune in to the FWA. We've got the greatest young talent in the country, and they're there for you now, putting it all on the line. They all want to be the All-England champion. It's our own equivalent of a youth belt, except there's no age limit. We've got youngsters of all ages in the FWA. Sloan's on top, the rolling bomb over the top, onto Jonny Storm, onto the prone body of the Wonder Kid lying in the ring. It's Mark Sloan who's well on top now, throwing the Wonder Kid to the outside. We know what happens when that occurs. Usually James Tide can't be far away. There he is. Fan cam catches him prowling on the outside. And now Mark Sloan, the referee's got to get a grip here. He's got to clamp down on these illegal tactics by Mark Sloan, driving his boot into the throat of the Wonder Kid, Jonny Storm. This is a #1 contenders match though. It can't be decided on a disqualification or a count-out. The referee has got to be fairly lax. Otherwise these two will be back here next week doing it again until we decide who is the best man to fight Paul Travell for the All-England title in just a couple of weeks' time. And someone offered Mark Sloan a banana from the crowd. But Mark Sloan not interested tonight. The only banana he wants is the one called the All-England title. But this could turn out to be a potential banana skin if he doesn't take Jonny Storm seriously. They're up on the stage in the midst of the fans here. I said earlier, it's the sellout. That stage is not meant to have any seating on it, but such is the demand for this show here tonight, we've had to cram people wherever we could get them up on the stage, in with the camera crew. There are even some people outside listening to my voice on commentary, even as we speak. They can't see the action, they can only hear it. Hello guys! Johnny Storm went for a chair, but Mark Sloan cut him off with a punch to the stomach. Storm looks in a bad way. It's all Mark Sloan now. You wouldn't bet against him getting this #1 contendership for the All England title. You wouldn't bet against him getting the job done here tonight. The only thing you would bet against him doing is not having a tail, because he's a monkey. They're back in the ring now, the fans showing the appreciation for this. They want to see these two guys wrestle, and believe me, when they wrestle, they're the greatest you can see. James Tye he's interfering in the match. And Mark Sloan, a roll through slam, sending Johnny Storm down to the mat. He's covered him. Almost a 3 count. Johnny Storm kicking out. It was a slow count there by referee O'Hare. He counted so slowly. You'd think he was going backwards. He's not, of course. He's going forwards. There's no rewind feature on FWA referees. He was just counting slowly. That's the way he does it. As long as he does it for both men, everything's fair. Storm now. Wheelbarrow DDT, taking Mark Sloan down to the mat, driving his skull into the canvas, into the very base of that wrestling ring. Another cover. Mark Sloan's turn to kick out, only on a 2 count now. Smiley O'Hare, the referee, he didn't quite get to 3. I wonder if he'll ever get to 3, the speed he's counting. But like I say, it's fair for both men. As long as you step through the ropes knowing what you've got to do, it doesn't matter. Now that's what isn't fair. James Tye up on the apron, getting in the face of Johnny Storm, allowing Mark Sloan to put on his signature manoeuvre. It's the special slam, the specialist slam, taking Johnny Storm down. And James Tye grabbing the legs of the Wonder Kid. It's a 3 count. Mark Sloan is the #1 contender for the FWA All England Championship. He'll face Paul Travell at a later date. You'll see it on this very TV show. But would he have done it without the interference of James Tye? First getting in Johnny Storm's face, allowing Mark Sloan to execute the specialist slam, and then holding the legs of the Wonder Kid. Johnny Storm has been cheated out of a shot at the All England title that he lost outside of England, remember? He lost it in Germany to Ahmed Shah. And now on the retro cam, picture-in-picture vision, we see the specialist slam and the 3 count. It's Mark Sloan who's triumphant here this week. Mark Sloan is now the #1 contender for the FWA All England title. Next week, we've got different title business, and we'll see our other champion, the New Breed, in a 3-way dance. Loser leads the Breed match, and Ulf Herman versus Doug Williams for the big one, the British title. Join me next week. I've been Mark Breed.
We got Breed. Yeah, I can't be bothered. Okay, everyone, okay, we can talk about Ash. Yeah, let's talk about Ash. Let's talk about my tag team partner. In fact, let's talk about Paul. Let's talk about how the way he can slap me in the face and tell me to grow up and tell me that I'm not taking any responsibility. Or, you know, let's talk about Cruz. Let's talk about Darren. Let's talk about, even though I invite him into the 5-star triple threat, how great that was, he's got the cheek to throw a belt into my face and tell me I can't win anything. So I'll tell you what, let's do a new thing on Breed TV. Let's not laugh at me anymore. Let's actually just sit here and I'll sit back and you can just laugh wherever you want, because you know I'm not your trained monkey. You can do whatever you want.
Oh, this is rich. You're actually doing something for yourself for once.
I'll tell you what, Paul, why don't you sit down and see what you can do? Let's see how clever you are.
Phil, I will sit down.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, that's my book as well. Damn book, man.
Yeah, nice decor. Where's all the posters? Just like cardboard cutouts and half dozen figures. Really, effort's really gone into that,
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Paul, I'll tell you all about effort, yeah? I'll tell you about effort. I'll tell you about one week you'll say, Phil, why don't you grow up? And yeah, next week you go, why don't you put the toys in? Why don't you put the posts up? Why don't you grow up a bit and start talking about quality? This is such an important thing to you. This is quality control. If you're so clever, do the damn thing yourself.
Fine. I'll tell you what, set your VCRs, record this, you'll enjoy this. It's the last Breed TV you'll see for a couple of weeks, possibly ever. Because I tell you, next week at the show, me, Curve, Cruz, 3-way. There ain't the room enough in this Breed for 2, maybe even 1 proper member. And next week we'll find out really who is the best one. To be truthful, I don't care what happens.
FWA.